what's up guys, and thanks for tuning into the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Recoome from Dragon Ball Z. But before we get started, if you haven't yet already done so, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another awesome review. Now, as usual, starting off with this box, and we have a massive box. This box is pretty thick, but it is very, very tall and very, very wide, which is fitting because Recoome is basically the brute of the Ginyu Force. And here we do see that this is a P Bandai exclusive, which kind of sucks. And something that really, really sucks is that the entire Ginyu Force, with the exception of Captain Ginyu himself, all the other guys are P Bandai, which just straight up sucks. So if you're trying to complete your Ginyu Force, you're going to have to dish out a lot of money and really have to look hard to find these guys because they're not as available as Captain Ginyu. So just me rambling, but here we have Recoome on the front doing his little pose. On the side here we do have a frog, which if you don't know the significance of, I will explain later. Here we got him screaming as well as holding the 3-star Namekian Dragon Ball. And on the top we just got a smirk. On the bottom we got him looking backwards, Recoome. We got this nice dark peach background, Recoome. On the back we just a bunch of shots and explanations for pretty much your typical SH Figuarts figure. So I'm gonna put this off to the side and let's bring in our big boy here. So here we have Recoome, and you can see he is just big and thick and burly, and like I said, he is the brute of the Ginyu Force. Very, very nice figure. He's very hefty and heavy, but some nice paint here on the legs as well as the arms to kind of simulate that tight jumpsuit that he's wearing, as well as a little bit on the chest here. Got the Ginyu Force logo. We got these white gloves and boots here, but sadly there is no shading on this guy, which really kind of sucks. We do have this weird, creepy looking face, this nice little tuft of red hair, and this green scouter. But yeah, besides that, articulation, head is on a ball joint. I believe there's actually 2 ball joints, one into the head and one into the neck. So you get quite a bit of motion there. The neck is on a joint as well, as you can see, that kind of folds up and down, which is a little weird. We kind of have to play with it so it doesn't really break the mold. These shoulder pads can flip up on a hinge joint. They can also swivel, but you can also take them off. So I'm actually going to take this off so we can actually see the full articulation of his shoulders. So here we have a very tight joint, but here we have a butterfly joint that goes out to there. It does really break up the sculpt. You can see pretty much hollow spaces inside. And we have a ball joint that goes all the way around. We have a hinge joint that goes just past 90. We have a bicep rotation here as well as a double joint at the elbow and your ball hinge for the wrist. So getting these arms out of the way, we have a ab crunch that goes forward this much as well as an arch that goes back that much. Very nice. There's the ball joint into the chest as well as for the waist. These skirts are on flaps as well. They have hinge all the way up. They also can swivel, but they're also removable. So I'm just going to remove them as well. Same on the other side here. Same with the front skirt. This is basically Recoome without his skirt and flap armor. So legs can kick forward this far. They can't kick back too far because he's got a big butt, but you can kind of get the leg outwards this way. He can actually get all the way back. He can do the splits, not the best here. There's a thigh rotation up here. There is a knee bend that goes just past 90, as well as a double joint, ball jointed ankle and a toe pivot that goes up pretty far. So yeah, that is that for articulation for this guy. Pretty good for someone this size, but it just kind of sucks that he doesn't really have that much paint work on him. Now, let's bring him back here. Let's take a look at some of the accessories that this guy comes with. I'm going to remove all the skirt armor as well. If you want to take a closer look, it's just brown here and then white trim. It's actually cast in white and just painted in brown. So there is all of that. Now for accessories. So we have 3 different heads. Now for this guy, because he has hair, but we'll see how the hair actually attaches. It's just like a cap on the top of his head. So basically, we're just going to switch out the entire head. So we have the smirk on him right now. We have screaming looking to the left. And yes, he's missing an ear because that's where the scouter would be. We have screaming looking to the right. Same thing. No ear for scouter. And then we have a screaming looking straight ahead. No ear just for the scouter. And to switch these heads, what we're going to do is we're going to pop this head off just like that. And you can see this is similar to Ginyu as well as, I believe it was Nappa, where basically you just switch out the whole head. So there's that. So this is the head. What we're going to do with the head is we're going to remove the scouter first of all. He only comes with 1 scouter, so you got to be careful not to break it or lose it. Definitely you don't want to do either of that. So we're just going to wiggle this out. Take your time, just like that. Here's the scouter. Cast this clear plastic with a little bit of green here, as well as some painting here. Very, very nicely detailed. And for the hair, what we're going to do is just pull that right off, and this is basically what you get. So I'm going to put that one off to the side, and this is just a tuft of hair. Like I said, it just sits right on top of his head. So what we're going to do is let's give him a screaming looking straight ahead face. We're going to take this hair, we're just going to line everything up. Just plop it right on. Make sure it fits all the way in. Well, that's a snug fit, but I guess that's as best as we can get. Now we're going to take the scouter. We're just going to line everything up here. Make sure that fits. And then we're just going to take this and plop it back on his head. We can see we got the grooves on the inside as well as on here. Line that up. Give it a press. Here we have Recoome with a different head. Just like that. So we're going to get the heads out of the way. Now let's take a look at some of the hands for this guy. So we have the fists that are on him right now. We have 2 kind of palm hands for, I guess, charging up attacks or holding that Dragon Ball, which we'll take a look at in a second. We have these completely open palms where he's blasting his energy hands. And we have these karate chopping hands. Now we have 2 of these where the peg is straight here, so it goes out straight like this. And we also have 2 of these with the pegs coming out this way, so it ends up attaching kind of like this. So it's more of a stop kind of motion rather than straight ahead. And to put the hands on, what we're going to do is let's give him a palm hand. Very simple. Grab the arm, grab the hand. Now these bigger figures, it can get a little hard to pull, but we got that. I'll have to find that hand later. And big peg and big socket. Line that up and make sure that fits. I think it clicked in all the way. Didn't really click, but that definitely feels pretty snug. So there is that. Now we're just gonna have him hold it like this. And oh, that's a tight joint there. Wow, there we go. Make sure he can stand. And let's take a look at the Dragon Ball that comes with this guy. So this is the 3-star Namekian Dragon Ball. Very, very nice. We can see it's quite big. It's the size of his head rather than the size of a small figure's hand, which is the Earth-size Dragon Ball. And this is the clear version, which just means it's the inactive version. Now, with these Namekian Dragon Balls, you're actually doing the powered-up activated version as well, starting off with the 4th form Frieza, which is actually, I think, the 3rd release of that figure in early next year, which leads me to believe that they're going to release a Purunga later on down the line, which I'm really, really excited for. So, and of course, you can just hold that, make sure he doesn't drop it. Just like that. And that is that. Now we're just going to put this guy back there for a little while. And we're going to take a look at 2 more accessories that this guy actually comes with. So, the first accessory, as we saw earlier, is this frog. Now, you might be wondering, what's the significance of this frog? It's actually very, very nicely painted. You can probably see all on the back and the eyes, and just the white on the belly. So what's the significance of this frog? So I'm going to put that right here, and I'm going to bring in another head. This is Captain Ginyu's head, but look at him. He is like wide-eyed, like what's going on? Like I'm definitely not myself kind of deal. So we're actually going to bring in Captain Ginyu here. And this is very easy. Same kind of peg here. We're just going to pop his head off. Very easily popped off. And we're going to place this one on. Make sure it pegs on. Just like that. So that pegs on. Now Captain Ginyu just looks, yeah, like he doesn't know where he is. So the significance of this, for those that actually don't know, spoilers ahead. Well, this show's been out for over 30 years. I'm pretty sure there's no spoilers at this point. But so Captain Ginyu's ability is he can switch pretty much spirits and souls with whoever he wants to. So in an episode when he was fighting Goku, he was trying to switch his soul with Goku. So he shot his soul out, but a frog jumped right in front of Goku in that split second, and he ended up switching souls with the frog. So this is basically the frog in his body, like, huh? And then he, Captain Ginyu, is now stuck in the body of a frog. Poor Captain Ginyu. And it isn't until Dragon Ball Super, which is almost like over 10, 20 years later, that they actually ended up freeing Captain Ginyu from the frog onto another body. So, but something happened afterwards. I'm not going to spoil that, so you can watch that for yourself. But yeah, that's the significance of this frog, as well as this derpy looking head. So there's that. Now I'm going to bring in Jeez here. So here we have 3 of our 5 members of the Ginyu Force. I'm still trying to hunt down Birder and Goldo, which is a 2-pack. For those that actually don't know, Goldo is a non-articulated figure, which a lot of people are upset about. Myself, I mean, kind of a little bit, but I won't go into too much detail. I'll explain more once I actually get that figure, if I get that figure, hopefully. But yeah, so there's that. And of course, we're going to bring in our staple here, and that is Goku. And you can see quite a bit of a size difference between all these guys. So that is that. Just getting these other guys out of the way. So yeah, that is the SH Figuarts Recoome. Very, very nice figure. Quite big, which is a good thing in this case, because he is a brute. He is the brute of, whoops, try not to break that Dragon Ball. He is the brute of the Ginyu Force. And I really like the size and the heft of this figure. Paintwork is pretty good. It sucks that there isn't much shading on this guy. If there was more shading on this guy, I'd definitely be much more happier than I am already. But yeah, besides that, if you are trying to hunt this guy down, like I said, he is P-Bandai, so he's not the easiest guy to find. I ended up getting mine on Amazon Japan, but I've noticed recently that Amazon Japan doesn't really like to ship their P-Bandai exclusive figures outside of the country. Why is that? I don't know. You might have to ask them yourselves, but I just kept checking every single day, and eventually when they are able to ship, I just jumped on it. And that's actually what I'm doing for Birder and Goldo right now. I'm checking pretty much every single day right now to see if they can ship. And once they do, I'm going to snag them. And yeah, so that's my review of the SH Figuarts Recoome from Dragon Ball Z. And if you guys like the review, be sure to let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. And until next time, guys, take care. Bye. 何が起きても気分は